The global stage, a complex tapestry of alliances and rivalries, underwent profound shifts in recent years. The Trump presidency, a period of unprecedented policy reversals and rhetorical challenges, irrevocably altered established geopolitical norms. Analysts suggest this era wasn't merely a pause, but a fundamental re-evaluation of long-held international commitments, leaving a legacy of uncertainty and fragmented trust. Strategic data points to an accelerating decoupling between the US and China, a trend intensified during the Trump years. This isn't just about trade, it encompasses technology, military posturing, and ideological competition. Geopolitical trends indicate a new Cold War dynamic, with nations increasingly forced to choose sides, reshaping global supply chains and technological development. Europe, once a steadfast US ally, began exploring greater strategic autonomy. Trump's questioning of NATO's relevance and his transactional approach to alliances prompted European leaders to reconsider their defense structures. Analysts suggest this push for independent defense capabilities, though nascent, signifies a long-term recalibration of transatlantic relations, with profound implications for global security. While Western alliances faced strain, Russia seized opportunities to expand its influence. Geopolitical trends indicate Moscow's continued assertiveness in its near abroad, leveraging energy resources and military presence to challenge perceived Western hegemony. Analysts suggest the perceived weakening of Western unity during the Trump era emboldened Russia, allowing it to solidify its strategic positions and pursue its revisionist agenda. The Middle East witnessed significant shifts, notably the Abraham Accords. These normalized relations between Israel and several Arab nations, bypassing the traditional Palestinian issue. Strategic data points to a realignment of regional powers against common threats, particularly Iran. Analysts suggest this move, while controversial, reshaped the regional security architecture, creating new alliances and challenges. The global competition for critical resources intensified. From oil and gas to rare earth minerals essential for high-tech industries, nations are increasingly prioritizing supply chain security. Geopolitical trends indicate a scramble for control over these vital assets, leading to new partnerships and potential flashpoints, as states seek to secure their economic and technological futures. China's Belt and Road Initiative continued its expansion, weaving a vast network of infrastructure and economic corridors across continents. Strategic data points to its dual nature, fostering development while extending Beijing's geopolitical reach. Analysts suggest this initiative reshapes global trade routes and influence, challenging established economic orders and creating new dependencies, particularly in developing nations. The concept of the Indo-Pacific as a strategic theater gained prominence, emphasizing the interconnectedness of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. The Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, or Quad, involving the US, Japan, Australia, and India, strengthened as a counterweight to China's growing regional assertiveness. Geopolitical trends indicate increased naval deployments and diplomatic engagements in this crucial maritime domain. The Trump administration's America First doctrine profoundly impacted multilateral institutions. Withdrawals from treaties and organizations weakened global governance frameworks. Analysts suggest a shift towards more bilateral or ad hoc alliances, where national interests are prioritized over collective action. This trend complicates responses to global challenges, from climate change to pandemics, requiring new diplomatic approaches. The digital battleground expanded, with cyber warfare becoming a critical component of statecraft. Strategic data points to state-sponsored attacks targeting infrastructure, elections, and intellectual property. Geopolitical trends indicate an ongoing arms race in cyberspace, where information asymmetry and covert operations can significantly impact national security and economic stability, challenging traditional military doctrines. Economic tools, particularly trade tariffs and sanctions, were increasingly weaponized as instruments of foreign policy. The Trump administration's heavy reliance on these measures demonstrated their potential to exert significant pressure, but also their capacity to disrupt global markets. Analysts suggest this approach continues to reshape international trade norms, blurring lines between economic competition and geopolitical leverage. Beyond the traditional power centers, Africa and Latin America became new arenas for geopolitical competition. China's economic penetration, Russia's military engagements, and the US's efforts to reassert influence highlight this shift. Strategic data points to these regions as crucial for future resource access, market expansion, and diplomatic support, fostering a complex web of evolving allegiances and rivalries. While often viewed as an environmental issue, climate change is increasingly recognized as a geopolitical accelerant. Resource scarcity, forced migration, and extreme weather events exacerbate existing tensions and create new security challenges. Geopolitical trends indicate that nations failing to adapt will face increased instability, potentially leading to regional conflicts and further fracturing international cooperation. Throughout these global shifts, the enduring power of nationalism remained a potent force. America First was mirrored by similar sentiments worldwide, challenging globalist ideals and fostering inward-looking policies. Analysts suggest this resurgence of national identity, often fueled by economic anxieties and cultural grievances, will continue to shape political landscapes and international relations for the foreseeable future. The post-Trump era is not a return to the status quo, but rather a re-evaluation of the entire global order. Strategic data points to a multipolar world, where power is more distributed and less predictable. The unipolar moment has passed, replaced by a complex interplay of major powers and regional blocs, each vying for influence in an increasingly competitive environment. Ultimately, the future of geopolitics after Trump hinges on adaptation. Nations must navigate complex new alliances, manage escalating technological rivalries, and confront shared global threats with fragmented cooperation. Analysts suggest that resilience, strategic foresight, and a willingness to redefine traditional relationships will be paramount in this evolving, uncertain landscape.